Hi guys, my name is Onyinye Favor and I am here again on the Repositioning Podcast to talk about self-help, self-development, self-productivity, everything that is geared towards making you a better version of yourself. Today we are talking about making better decisions. It is very important, especially if you're in the place of power. Say a leader, doesn't have to be like an over-the-top leader, even if it just means that you are in charge of 5 people. You are the team lead of a 5-man team or a 10-man team, or in the church you are the choir coordinator, the prayer coordinator, or anything at all. You don't only make decisions as a leader, you also make decisions that concerns your life individually. So this applies to basically everybody who thinks about making great decisions. So I'm just going to give you tips on how to make better decisions. All right, so let's get right into the video. Number 1, try not to overthink. There's always this tendency to overthink things, especially when you have a very crucial decision to make, something that might affect the life of others or affect your own life, especially if it's going to change the trajectory of your life. However, it may be, you may say maybe in career or any situation really. You just tend to overthink it. If you're new to the leadership space, say for instance it's your first time leading a team, and then you've always been used to taking orders, you just have to ask your boss or ask your direct supervisor, and the person gives you an instruction. But this time around you are burdened with the task of making that decision. So there's always that tendency to overthink. But I'm bringing it to you, try not to overthink. When you're overthinking a particular thing, you just tend to make the decision even harder to make, because then a lot of things will be creeping up on you. Like, you'll be having so many thoughts that it can stress you and maybe make you make the wrong decision at the end of the day. So if you've weighed the pros and cons of whatever thing you have to decide upon, please go ahead and make the decision you need to make. Do not overthink it. That's one. And number 2, do not shy away from mistakes. This is very, very important. Mistake is not necessarily a bad thing or a negative thing in this instance, because when you make mistakes, it can give you the confidence to come back to make better informed decisions. You made a mistake in, say, the choir coordinator. Maybe as a choir coordinator you made a mistake in choosing the wrong songs for a particular event, maybe a program you had in church, or you gave the wrong music sheet to whoever it is you wanted to take a solo or something. You made a mistake anyway, and so because you made a mistake, you become terrified about making the next decision. That's not necessarily the case. So don't shy away from that mistake. What you should do is, so I couldn't figure it out at this point, so now I am better informed to make better decisions. So it gives you that confidence. So don't shy away from your mistakes, rather learn from it. So number 3, you have to know that you can cross-examine the opposite decision. So what this means is, say this is what you think is the right decision you need to take. So the opposite decision will be that you want to know from that perspective, what could possibly happen if you take the opposite decision? What are the consequences that will arise from taking the opposite decision? It will make you more, grounded in making your final decision. So cross-examine the opposite decision. It will help you a lot. And then number 4, you can always give yourself advice. And what I mean by giving yourself an advice is by removing yourself and thinking of the situation as an outside observer. Like, pretend you are an outside observer. Someone has come to you for advice about a particular decision. In this case, that decision that you need to make. So you can give yourself advice. What would I do if somebody is coming to ask for advice to make a decision? What advice will I give the person? So that can also help you make better decisions. And finally, ask for feedback. Ask for feedback. It's very important to ask for feedback, and it's also dicey, because the reason it's dicey is because too many feedbacks can lead to too many opinions, which can stress you and even make decision making harder for you. So yeah, as much as asking for feedback is important, try to limit it to just ask only those that has experienced similar situation, or even people that might be directly affected by your decision. So that's how you ask for feedback. Ask the necessary people. Don't just ask random people for feedback. All right. So yeah, that's how you make better decisions. I mean, there's a lot more where this comes from. So I'm hoping, maybe do a second part of this, but let's make do with this first. So a recap of what I've just said is that the first thing you should do is try not to overthink. The tendency to overthink is always there, but calm down. Don't overthink it. Don't stress. And I'm sure most of the time, the decision of where you overthink and stress yourself are usually things that might not necessarily need overthinking, but because you're scared, you want to do well. You're scared, you want to do well, so you tend to overthink things. But so I'm telling you now, do not overthink it. And number 2 is that you should not shy away from mistakes. Mistakes can also be a good thing. Just help you to become more confident and make you to make more informed decisions. And number 3 I talked about is that you should cross-examine the opposite decision. It can help you a lot. Know what will you do, what are the consequences that might possibly arise from making the opposite decision, to help you more grounded, to help you to be more grounded in that exact decision you want to make. And number 4, I talked about giving yourself advice. Think of yourself as an outside observer. Someone has come to you to make for advice. How would you give it? So think about it like that. It will also help you make a good decision. And finally, ask for feedback. Ask necessary feedback. Don't just ask randomly. People who might have gone through similar situations, how they handled it will be a best bet. Or people that are directly affected by that decision you want to make. It will help you make the right decision, or the better decision. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notified when a video drops. My name is Onyinye Favor. Thank you for watching. Bye.